Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Overcoming Graduation with Brian Drury, a show where I work to teach you everything I wished I'd known about life to help you graduate to the next level in your own. Today's another installment of the Morning Commute, where I take my drives to work in the morning to teach you something short but powerful to help you kick your day off on the right foot. And today's message is this: authenticity. For a good while, I was so concerned with authenticity that I was constantly questioning things. I would say, well, I want to make sure I'm authentic. I want to make sure I'm real. What if I don't want to mislead people? I don't want to post a picture about me working out and have people think that I'm saying that I'm working out every second of every day. So I'm just not going to post it. I don't want to share about certain successes because what if people misinterpret them? What if people think it's bigger than it is? What if they think I sold more copies in my book than I actually did when it became a bestseller? What if they think it was this amount of time versus that? So it was very interesting. What ended up happening, and I didn't see this happening until a mentor called it out, was that I would end up downplaying all of it to the point of not sharing about any of it. And the other piece was the whole battle with authenticity is not about hiding or not celebrating. It's just making sure that you're honestly celebrating real things and you're open to answering any questions. This is something that my mentor explained to me just over the past couple of days. And what was bigger for me was realizing that I was using wanting to be so fucking authentic as a form of procrastination. That I was so, and I'm doing air quotes here, committed to authenticity that it was easier to not do things and not put things out there at the risk of someone perceiving it as inauthentic. Because heaven forbid I put out something and say, hey, I'm going to do workouts for the next 30 days straight, and then I miss one. And then, oh fuck, that inauthentic son of a bitch, what a liar, what a low integrity piece of, you guys get it. That's where my brain was going in the past, not anymore. And so it's a very interesting, I call this creative procrastination, because we have a lot of ways of creatively pretending like we are either working on it or we're doing something altruistic, when in reality we're just running from doing and sharing the things that we know we're meant to. Because we're afraid of jumping out of our comfort zone, we're afraid of failure, we're afraid of success. So we end up just doing nothing, which is the worst fucking thing. So, what's so important about this is, I'm like, Brian, why are you so afraid to share? You know, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, Brian, do you have a message that you believe could help people? Yes, I do. Why aren't you sharing it? Oh, well, you know, and then here comes all the bullshit excuses. As my mentor, Sean Stevenson, says, the head has no answers and the heart has no questions. So the head has no answers and the heart has no questions. We often go to our head to try and figure things out, but what he says is your fear shows up with all the facts. Fear comes in and says, well, you've never done that many days in a row of working out. You know how many books you sold, so you should be afraid, or it's really not that many. And to be honest, guys, it's like, just for transparency and the authenticity in this moment, it's like a few hundred copies, somewhere around 300 after a couple years. So as of the time of recording this podcast. And I'm not afraid to tell people that, but I was afraid to celebrate the accomplishment and say I was a #1 Amazon bestseller. And I felt like I had to qualify and clarify and be like, well, it was only for this amount of time, or it was only this number of copies, or it was only because of effectively using a strategy, but it wasn't only those things. I was in many ways trying to downplay my accomplishments and not own my potential for greatness or my ability to impact the world. Like, oh, I'm just Brian, so this doesn't matter, or this isn't that big, or it was a mistake, or I got lucky, or just feeding any of this other bullshit in and not giving myself credit for all the work that I had to do to get to these places, all the people that have helped me along the way, all the growth it took to even be able to start writing a book, let alone finish one. And It's kind of incredible what happens when we start to reframe these things. Now, here's an important thing. I got to meet an amazing man by the name of Rene Godfrey, and a man who grew up in abject poverty in Haiti and has gone on to become this incredible speaker, person. Just, the dude is fantastic. Talking to him was like enriching for my soul, is the best way to put it. And when he was on stage speaking, he said, while you're waiting, while you're trying to clarify your message, while you're trying to figure out your marketing, while you're trying to, you don't think you're good enough because you don't have enough certifications or degrees or whatever, there is someone out there who you could help that's suffering. He told a story, and I want to do a whole separate episode on this, but you guys are going to hear this now. He told a story about after he overcame the obstacles and he moved to the United States and he was now a speaker, and he went back to Haiti to speak on a national television station. And there was a woman who showed up at the studio, and she came up and gave him this big hug, and she said, Rene, I have to tell you, you're incredible. I have to thank you so much. I have to thank you. And he said, what do you need to thank me for? And she said, I believe it was months ago, my friend was at the end of her rope. She couldn't take it anymore, and she didn't think life was worth living. So she took a rope, hung it from the ceiling, and hung herself. She says, the reason I have to thank you is because I was at the same place that she was at. I was right there, and I was about to do the same thing. I was at that same spot mentally in my life. Once I heard about my friend, the hope felt like it was dissolving. She goes, then I saw your message, and I realized how much was possible, and I'm no longer in that place. See, I've been using my authenticity to keep me comfortable, and I'm doing authenticity in gigantic quotes. Let's put it at size like 200 font, because I was using that as this thing to protect me from putting myself out there more, because I didn't want to get judged or have people call me fake or have people match or mirror the negative voices inside of me. I didn't want to hear those voices outside that I so often have heard on the inside. But what if there's a person out there who can only hear the message from you? What if there's a person out there who, even if Tony Robbins or Sean Stevenson or Gary Vaynerchuk or you name it, even if that person came to their door and told them the exact same words that it wouldn't get through, what if you're the only one? They need it through your mouth, with your voice, with your story, with your message, with your eyes, with your heart. Hey guys, there's things that we need to do to create a sense of urgency, not pressure. Because I know as well as anybody, I'm not going to allow this to turn into this creative pressure thing where I beat myself up because I didn't do X today. I've done that for way too long, and that's over. And when I do catch myself doing it, I'm going to check myself, put myself back in a place of love, service, and power. So, when you're looking at your life, think about these things, because there are people who are suffering who your words, your action, your message, your art, your workout classes, your therapy sessions, your hypnosis sessions, your book, your writing, your blog post, your video, your Facebook Live, a single post on Instagram can help save somebody's life. We downplay it. We don't think, we want to just say, like, who am I to serve the world? Who am I to do something great? Who am I to do something magical? Well, who are you not to? That may sound like a cliche, but these people that are doing the things that you admire and emulate, they just started. They just reached out and they worked to serve the world in a bigger way. And that's what we're capable of. That's what we all have inside of us. And now is the time. I'm done hiding. I'm done pretending like my authenticity. And here's the other thing, guys. I am honest I'm honest as fuck. There's really. So somebody asks me a question, I'm going to be straight up. I will not lie to grow my business. I will not lie to connect with people. I will not do those things. I will show up in my honesty and my authenticity and my integrity, and I will do what it takes to get my message out to more people. I'm not going to be afraid of marketing and feeling like, oh, this is just about stroking my ego, and I don't want people to think I'm just trying to put it's not fucking about that. It's not about my name getting out. It's about me serving as best I can and bringing my message to as many people as possible, because I know my message matters. I just had one of the most incredible experiences of my life getting to speak on stage at Sean Stevenson's 10K speeches this past weekend, and I saw how much a 10-minute talk can change people's lives. I had dozens of people coming up to me and saying how much that story impacted them. I'm done hiding because my message is important. That's my mission. That's why I'm here. And I need to let it come through me. I need to stop resisting it. I believe God gave me this, and God gave me these words, and God gave me these abilities so that I can serve and give and do more for the world and help people out of suffering so they can help others out of suffering so we can live in a better world. And I want you to find that in you. Whatever method, way, purpose of doing that is, you have that in you as well. I want to help you unlock it. Today, we're not going to talk about anything else. I'm not going to talk about where you can contact or reach me. I'm not going to talk about coaching. I'm not going to talk about any of that, because I want you to just focus on this one thing, and that is, what is the message you could be sharing that could save someone from suffering right now? And what is one thing you could do today, or even right now if you're not driving? Not during your morning commute, guys. But what's one thing? And guys, if you're listening to this, you probably have a cell phone. And if you have a cell phone, you 100% can do this. If you have a computer, you 100% can do this. It's sharing one quote. It's one picture. It's one vulnerable story about something that you changed in your life, or that changed in your life, or how someone helped you to touch people's souls, because people are getting so convinced that there's nothing but bullshit negativity in the world, because that's all they're seeing in their social media feed, because that's all they're clicking on, which they don't see. But it's algorithms. That's a big piece of this. But you can be the light in the darkness. You can be the one piece of light that breaks through, that helps someone through their day. And you can be the person that actually saves someone from doing something that they don't want to do, but they feel there's no other choice, or they feel life is too difficult. Life is absolutely beautiful. And life has so much potential when we're willing to see it. When we're willing to accept it, and when we're willing to not hide our light because we're afraid of judgment, but shine our light as brightly as possible, because we know there will be people who judge, but who cares? Because there's people out there desperately seeking your message that need it right now, not in 6 years, not once you get that certification, not when you do this. These people need us, they need you, and they need me. They need us to get past our excuses and our fear to serve them. Here is the one call to action. After you have identified your action step and taking it, if you know someone that needs to hear this, share it, send it, message them to it, send a screenshot of it. We get caught up in a lot of nonsense. We hold ourselves back from so many beautiful things we could be doing based off our fear. And it's time to be done. Today. I love you guys. I want you to share your message. If you need encouragement, if you need anything, reach out. I want you to be able to serve and help end, remove, mitigate, minimize suffering for the human race and for the important people in your life. Because you might think human race is too big, but you'd be amazed what can happen with one video, one quote, one post, one speech, one conversation. Life is fucking full of magic. So let's bring it out of ourselves and of others.